On our last video, Melissa and I managed to get the subfloor here on our home addition build completed. That turned out great. We also got our first wall stood up. Happy to see that. Our patio was poured. Finally, that's been stamped. Also looking good. What do we have on the agenda for this week, Mama?
So we are officially in the final countdown before our roof trusses arrive. So this whole build is about to look very, very different. 7 days from now, we need to get another wall on the other side built and sheeted and erected. I knew you were going to go there with that.
Of course I was.
And we also need to get the slab poured for inside the garage.
Big week. A lot of stuff's going to be happening. Let's get going. Let's get to work.
Before we actually start constructing this wall, let's talk a little bit about what it's going to look like. It is going to be 6 feet tall and go into a vaulted ceiling. The master bedroom, which I'm standing in right here, is going to have 2 windows. The living room is directly in front of the bedroom. That is going to have 2 windows as well. We have concrete guys arriving bright and early tomorrow, so we need to start getting this wall laid out.
Let's get loaded up like 28.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be working through all these piles.
Me too.
So nice to see it disappearing. To come up with a better word for here.
All right, we got all of our shorter studs cut to the proper length to make sure that the wall is only 6 feet in height. Let me show you this real quick, because when she's not on camera, this is what my wife looks like. She's over here
show them
hiding. That. She's got her pale white skin.
I am hot.
She's a hot mess. Mama, I know. I feel your pain. You're hot. I'm hot. Put these walls together.
1 wall is framed and 1 more to go, and then we will be installing only the bottom row of the zip sheathing. We are holding off on that top row because we're going to have to work around all of those trusses once they arrive. So we're just going to get the bottom row on and then get the walls up.
Okay, all of our king studs have been nailed into place for that second wall, and while that wall is still down, Melissa and I were actually discussing all the window framing that we have to do. With this first wall, we actually stood the wall into place, then did the window framing. I think with this one, we're gonna differ things up, change up our strategy a little bit, and take advantage of the fact that this wall's still on the ground. We have easy access to all our studs, so while it's down, we're gonna get all that window framing nailed in place.
Alrighty, we got both walls framed. We got the windows built out with an exception of the headers because they are very heavy. And when we're raising those walls and we're up here on the 2nd story, I just have visions.
Don't say it.
Of just...
Why would you put that out there?
I don't know, but now I put it out there. So we're gonna wait on the headers. We've got concrete arriving bright and early in the morning, but then after they are gone, I don't think it'll take too long to get that slab poured. We will get these walls sheeted, we will get these walls raised, and we'll be ready for trusses. It is 6:30 in the morning. The trucks have arrived. The guys have arrived.
This feels like Groundhog's Day. Like we just did this, I swear.
Yeah, this is becoming a familiar sound early in the morning. So we are waiting on the mud truck to arrive, and the pump truck is already here. They are going to be pumping the concrete into the garage for the slab.
Yeah, it's not a very accessible area with everything being pretty much enclosed at this point. So rather than backing the concrete truck right up to things, they're going to be dumping into the pump truck. Pump truck will be pumping all of that concrete into the garage. We're going to have a garage floor by the end of the day. So once again, very, very exciting stuff.
pretty cool. I've never actually seen this done before. They're taking all of the concrete from the concrete while they're pumping it, and it's just kind of running into the pump truck through this grate, and then it gets sucked down that hose and then sprayed out wherever they need it.
It's always so frantic and stressful once the concrete starts going down. Everybody's just buzzing around, stresses me out.
We were southern souls on a western road as the valleys climb into mountains tall, and we wondered why we were there at all. It was the great divide and the mountains tall, singing oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We were singing
Comes truck number 2.
Alrighty, we are getting ready to go out and work for the day, and I am really craving a second cup of coffee, but I have a rule this year of only having one single cup of coffee a day, which is challenging for me. But I'm trying to focus on nutrition, and I've been doing a bunch of research, and that research keeps bringing me back to one thing: mushrooms. Okay, but here's the problem. I don't actually like mushrooms. In fact, I hate mushrooms. It doesn't matter how you slice and dice them, I can't do it. So I went back to researching for an alternative to that second cup of coffee, sometimes that third cup of coffee, and I found mud water. Mud water Rise is a coffee alternative with 4 adaptogenic mushrooms. Yup, mushrooms. But here's the thing. It doesn't taste anything like mushrooms, which is perfect for someone like me who wants all the benefits of the shrooms without the taste of the shrooms. I love my mud water over ice with oat milk. It's like a delicious iced latte at home. It's creamy, it's satisfying, and it totally fills that coffee craving even though it only has a fraction of the caffeine. Alright, so if it doesn't taste like mushrooms, what does mud water taste like? To me, it tastes a lot like coffee. I know that sounds crazy, but it's kind of a mix between chai and coffee. It tastes like cinnamon and cardamom. I absolutely love it. The energy that I feel after drinking mud water actually feels good. No jitters, no crashes, none of that sick feeling that I used to get after drinking way too much coffee. So if you're like me and you're looking for a healthy alternative to coffee or tea, or maybe you're just looking for a great way to get those mushrooms in, definitely give mud water a try. And right now is the perfect time because you can get 15% off your order by going to mudwater.com/goodsimpleliving and using our code GoodSimpleLiving.
So our concrete guys have left for the day. They managed to get the slab completed down in the garage. We're going to allow time for that to cure. And in the meantime, we have additional work that needs to be done, which is why Muscles, Mr. Kaimani, is out here. He's going to help us get these 2 wall sections stood up, set in place. Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it, buddy. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Push it real good.
Push it real.
Woo. That looks good, I like it.
Yeah, now you gotta sheet it.
Yeah, I'll sheet it. Look at the view from the living room though.
See, aren't you glad we flipped it?
It'll be nice, nice job. Let's do the second wall.
All right, the 2 walls on which the trusses will sit are up. They are the correct distance from each other, and they are almost ready for trusses. We need to build 4 headers out for the windows and get the bottom row of sheathing installed. This is good timing because we just got a call that the guys that are actually setting the trusses are arriving bright and early tomorrow morning to start marking out where the trusses are going to go and drop off all of the sheathing and everything they need to build out the roof. Don't fall off. So I just had a very satisfying moment.
Why? Why you gotta be so heavy-handed about it?
Because Jeremy said something that I don't hear a lot that I was just really excited to hear. Tell him what you said.
I said I was right, and I'm so glad that I made the decision to flip the floor plan, because now we get to look out of the green space rather than staring back at the house. So you are welcome. I know your gratitude is just off the charts.
Jeremy's direct quote was, "You were right."
Lies.
Seriously though, now when you sit on the couch, you're going to look out at the forest as opposed to staring at the siding on the house.
Okay, I was wrong. We get it.
It looks so much better.
I could go around the world, finest diamonds, precious pearls, they'd all turn to dust in my hand. 7 wonders, city streets, ocean air and mountain peaks, they are not the finest in the land. Much more than these I have seen firsthand. There ain't nothing, there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. And no matter where
Mama.
I go and no
Window header time. Let's get them together.
These window headers really do take a long time. Windows in general take a long time because not only do you have to frame them out and build the headers, you have to install the windows, you have to trim them inside and out, but they are always worth it. This is a really small space. It's 1,000 square feet. So the more windows, the better. The whole front wall is going to be a big giant window in the center and then 2 smaller windows on the side. We're really trying to just take in that view and make the front glass.
I'm hungry now.
I feel like I'm making a sandwich.
Oh, what kind?
Roast beef with Havarti
Arby's.
and no,
What? Arby's roast beef is so good.
no, not that kind of roast
Come on,
beef.
I love that.
No, that's not even meat.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, what?
No, Arby's really isn't. The only thing worth eating at Arby's is the curly fries.
What? Oh, our fries are so good.
So good.
Best curly fries? Them or Jack in the Box? Jack in the Box gotta take the
Oh
cake.
man, sourdough Jack and curly fries from Jack in the
Regular
Box.
fries, McDonald's.
Dang, I'm hungry now.
Curly fries, Jack's.
Can't eat fast food. It's a no this year. We said no.
Jack in the Crack. Get in there. Come on. With our walls up and the window framing complete, we're gonna move on and get our double top plate stuck on the top of the wall, hence the name. So I should tie everything in together, make it look really nice and sturdy. Past that, we're gonna move on to the sheeting, which is unfortunate because the wind is picking up. Weather's kind of going to crud here today, but we will do our best to make it happen. I can reach. No gun, please. No gun, please. Oh, thank you.
All right, the first sheet is on and Jeremy went to go get the second sheet. The reason we are shooting these after the fact is because on the other side, we were off by maybe 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch on every single sheet. So we ended up having to unsecure them and then adjust them and resecure them because all of these sheets are tying into the bottom story by about 18 inches and that just ties the two together. And that's also the reason that we are not sheathing the top row because that top row is going to tie into a little section of the trusses. It looks so different now with both of the walls up. It's actually starting to look like the structure that we have drawn up. So I was gonna just show you guys what the upstairs floor plan was going to look like, but since I swapped everything around, we no longer have floor plan drawings. So we're gonna be winging it as we start framing the walls, but I can still walk you through how everything's gonna be laid out. All right, before Jeremy starts routing out those windows, I'm going to give you the walkthrough of our 1,000 square foot apartment. So you're going to come up the stairs. This is going to be a little landing. It's going to go into a hallway. To the left is going to be a utility closet with the washer and dryer in it. And then as you continue down the hallway, you will pop out into the little kitchen. The kitchen is actually going to L, so it's going to be probably a refrigerator, and then it will go this way. So that'll just be your little kitchen area. And then as you move through the room towards the center is going to be a dining room area. And then the whole front is going to be a big window in the center and then 2 windows on the side. And then as you continue on, you are going to end up in the little living room space. So this is probably going to be where the TV is, and we'll probably do a couch here and here. Also in the center is going to be the one and only bathroom. It's going to be a full bath, and then next to that will be a walk-in pantry. And then over here will be the master bedroom. So at the very back, we're going to do a walk-in closet as well, and there's going to be an entrance to the bathroom here also. So that pretty much makes up a very usable but very simple little 1,000 square foot apartment.
Dance and run in and through a field of grass. It begins to seem like a sheet of glass on a TV screen.
Probably.
Nope, upright more. Yep. Put your chin up too.
So we made our truss deadline with 3 days to spare, and we spent the next day bracing our walls and rechecking our work. It's a little amazing to me when we complete a project now, because we just move on to the next step without pause. I remember a time not so long ago when we were so unsure of every nail that we drove and every wall that we constructed. We feared failure because we had never done anything like what we were taking on. But we put ourselves in a position where we just had to start. And that involved a lot of mistakes. Actually, it still does. But now we see that mistakes can be fixed and somehow the world keeps on spinning. But most importantly, we learn that we can do hard things. All of us can. All we have to do is take the first step, and then another, and then another. And somewhere along the way, often without us even realizing it, those giants that once felt so impossible suddenly become reality. They say that there is no illusion bigger than fear, but illusion should never hold you back from building a life that you love.